Support for City Series boys basketball is provided by the Akron Public Schools Career Education Department at 330-761-3131 or apscareers.com.
Good evening and welcome to Kenmore High School, home of this year's City Series basketball championship game, pitting the top two teams in the series. The top team and seed coming in, the Ellet Orangemen, led by Mark Fisher, 16-3 overall, 11-1 in the series. And the second place team, the Buchtel Griffins. These two teams have gone at it several times in the past few years. Ellet looking for their first championship in 20 years, though, Dave. Buchtel comes in 13-6 overall. 10-2, their two losses, both to Ellet, though. They're going to have to try to beat the Griffins, Ellet, for a third time tonight.
Yeah, it's always tough to beat a team the third time. We saw the same thing on the girls' side with Firestone not being able to complete the sweep. But we're looking to do it here. But this is an Ellet team that's a lot different than we've seen before. They have a big front court with Breon Brady, a great player that they've had, and kind of a snub for Player of the Year in the City Series. On the other end, you have A.J. Guerrero, which is a great compliment to him. An outside player, likes to shoot a little more, handles the ball pretty well. But both of them give a big presence defensively on the bottom of their 3-2 zone, but also complement each other offensively, one playing in the post, one playing out.
Yeah, the biggest team probably overall that we've had in our 7 or 8 years of coverage here in the City Series, Ellet, and skilled. Breon Brady, first teamer, as you mentioned, probably the player of the year. I think he's third in the county in scoring and rebounding, averaging a double-double. And the left block going to be the key tonight. That's where he makes his living, the southpaw. If they let him set up there like they did in our last telecast, going to be a long night for the Griffins. Ellet really dominated on the boards in our previous telecast. Buchtel going to have to – they're giving up a ton of size, have a speed advantage, but they're going to have to do a much better job of team rebounding and pressuring the basketball if they want to get out of here tonight with a victory.
Sure, and you also look at what that defense behind you provides. It allows that top of that zone to be very quick up top with Julian Furman and Maurice Mackey being able to close out on those shooters and trap when they need to, but knowing that if they can't get there in time and they're able to dribble penetrate, they have help on the backcourt with Breon Brady as a potential shot blocker and being able to change up shots and get rebounds if there is a miss.
And the Orangemen just a year ago found themselves in the same position Buchtel was in, lost to Buchtel twice during the year, thought they had a good opportunity to beat them in the finale, but just too much Buchtel. We'll see if the script is maybe flipped. On the girls' side, Kenmore, who lost to Firestone twice in the regular season, was able to avenge that once again and beat them in the championship game. For Buchtel to do it, what's going to be the key for them tonight?
Well, I think first off, you're going to have good outside scoring. We've seen them a couple times when they're able to hit outside threes. That fast pace that they have can really extend games, and they're going to have to be able to get some rebounds as well. Obviously, they have Player of the Year Derek Rucker, which comes in. He's been a long time stagnant on their team, but he's got a big task to do to try and go against Brady and Guerrero. A lot of size. How he does that individual matchup is going to really tell us how the team's going to do. And the outside shooting, if you can hit threes, you can win almost any game, Joe. And if they can do that, they'll do the same here. Taylon Sims on the second team for the City Series, another good player, but a lot of streakiness on that side. Which side of the streak we're going to be on, we don't know. We'll find out. But that's going to tell us whether they can even stay in this game, let alone win it.
Well, icy cold, frigid, record low temperatures outside, but it's sure to heat up here in a few minutes. For Buchtel, I think it's going to be pick your poison. They're going to have to, either with zone or with double team, stop Brady. So they're going to have to pick who is going to be the one with the open shots. Ellet's going to have to knock down open shots, but on Buchtel's perspective, are they going to try to pick them up full court like we saw in the first game, or are they going to lock down and try to get Brady either on the bench in foul trouble or push him further off the block? Were not successful in that in the second half of the first game.
Well, and you have to like the chances. Coach White, one of the best coaches in the area, be able to have a scheme to try and win this one game. you got to like the chances there as well, having a coach that's been in a lot of big games, knows how to change things, knows how to tailor things specifically for his team against the matchup. I like to see how he's going to change what we've seen in the regular season and what he does in this game, because he's always very good at showing you a little bit and then using different stuff the next time you see him.
Exactly. And that's the story here. I guess we'll see how it plays out. We're going to be back in a couple of minutes with first half action here from Kenmore High School, Ellet versus Buchtel. And welcome back to Kenmore as we get ready for the opening tip-off in a City Series Championship game, 2015 edition. Tonight's officials, Adam Brown, Michael Griffith, and Philip Rackley. We'll go over the starting lineups first for the visiting Griffins in the black jersey with the white trim. Krishawn Waters, number 3, number 10, Derek Harvey, number 13, Miller Bird, 14, Talon Sims, and 21, Gerald Purrier. For the Ellet Orangemen, same as they've gone all year. Maurice Mackey, 13, 33, Carlton Cherry. Brady, who wins the tap easily, but tips it out of bounds, and it'll go to the Griffins. 34, Brayon Brady, 41, Julian Furman, and 44, A.J. Guerreri. 2 first-teamers, as you might expect. Guerreri, the sophomore, and Brady, the senior, on the All-City Series team. City Series Player of the Year, Derek Rucker, not in the starting lineup tonight for the Griffins. Quick shot off the mark. Rebound goes to Purrier. Gets it. Can't get it. Blocked once. Gets it back up and good. Good work inside by Jared Purrier. First 2 points of the ball game.
Now, that first shot was a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, he stayed with it though. They're going to go inside. Guerreri posting up. Furman gets the loose ball, can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound up and good. Good activity by Julian Furman, who seemingly gets a lot of those garbage-type points for the Orangemen.
Yeah, and just plays into the energy-type player that he is. Gets his own rebound, goes right back up, and able to make a good play.
Long on the second shot. Talon Sims goes up and battles for the rebound, won by Krishawn Waters. Will come back the other way. Buchtel looking to push. 2-3 zone defense for the Orangemen in the white jerseys with orange trim. Is Buchtel going to settle for threes, or are they going to make a conscious effort to go at Brady? Miller Bird took his eye off that one. First turnover of the ball game. And Buchtel going to give pressure right now.
Well, and I think if you're Buchtel, that's got to be your main game plan. Go after Brady, try and get him out of the game, either offensively or defensively. Stand there for a charge.
There's the left block.
Because there's way too much of that's going to come at you.
Yeah, Sims tried. They're playing man, and Sims tried to get him off that block, but he had no help. Just giving up too many inches there. Sims goes right at him the other way, and Brady does a great job of holding his ground, pulls down his first rebound.
And we've seen 15, 18 rebounds on Brady.
Great pressure by the Griffins.
And maybe Coach White calling his name a little too much to go after him because he threw him the ball.
Last time we saw the game, Buchtel did a lot of zone pressure, and Ellet used their 2 big men, Guerreri and Brady, to kind of throw over top of it. More of a man-to-man look there. Ball inside out action. Waters open for 3. He can't get it. Good box out by Guerreri, and Ellet back the other way. Buchtel picking him up right away, full court. Carlton Cherry coast to coast, and he's blocked, but there's a foul. Foul going to be on Derek Harvey, I believe. That's his first. Carlton Cherry and Maurice Mackey going to be asked to do a lot of the ball handling today.
Misses the first. But these 2 players played under pressure, and I think the biggest growth coming from Cherry, who just doesn't seem to get frazzled with the ball coming up into pressure.
Missed them both. Rebound, Talon Sims. 0 for 3 now early on at the line for the Orangemen. Make an attempt to get it in the high post, and how about a turnover apiece? Nice steal, but then a double dribble. right back to the Griffins, and they're making a conscious effort to get that ball in the high post. And Rucker is here, in case you wondered.
That's good. I want to see him dribbling a basketball and defending someone, though. Oh, to be the fly on the wall that knows why he's sitting on the bench.
Good ball movement by the Griffins. Purrier with the ball fake and goes to the hole. He did get fouled. I wondered if we were going to get the call. And I like them going right at him. It hasn't been successful, but even more important than getting points is getting fouls, and they get the first 2.5 minutes in on him. All it takes is one more cheap foul, and then Coach Fisher would have a decision to make.
Purrier makes the first.
Good activity by Purrier. He's got the first 4 for the Griffins, and they tie it up, and they're looking for full court pressure here. Looking to trap. Good patience by the Orangemen. And
Great
then a
three.
quick
I
shot.
like that shot.
Guerrero runs
shot.
it down.
You got to take it.
And he can't get it to go. Furman gets the rebound to Brady. Too much offensive rebound. Guerrero and Furman both get one apiece. Brayon Brady cleans it up. 6'4" Orangeman. Back on the attack, Waters, and he was fouled. No call. Guerrero gets another rebound, and it's knocked away. I like the activity on the boards by A.J. Guerrero early on. And Rucker into the ball game now. He's in the middle on that diamond press look, 2-1-2.
Pretty heavily taped on the wrist and thumb on his left hand, non-shooting.
No foul, but a turnover. 3 already for the Orangemen, who I think are coming out a little bit tight here.
Well, it's kind of a different venue really for a City Series championship. We've never been here for that type of game. We've had, big games against the Cardinals and visiting teams, but it's kind of a different setup. Lots on the line.
And they're going big with Harvey and Sims in the post and actually going with Rucker on the wing here. Waters with the teardrop. He kisses it 4 times. Can't get it to go. Rebound Brady. Mackey out the other way.
Mackey in the triangle of defenders.
Great anticipation, and that's got to be a foul. Hits the trailer. Purrier, and he's having a great first quarter. Great look by Derek Rucker. All tied up. Purrier has all 6 points for the Griffins. No
Great
answer
presence
on that block, though.
Brady comes in. He knows they're gunning for him and doesn't go hard into the body, just makes contact and goes up.
One problem with the full court pressure for Buchtel is it's going to be hard to get back and double team him. If they just go half court, they can make a more conscious effort to double team. We'll see if they make that adjustment on.
Oh, great steal.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I think he was right on that call, and a good hustle by the official, too. But here's a story for the Orangemen. Up 2, but 5 turnovers already, Dave. By far our best crowd of the year, as you might expect.
Yeah, and great anticipation by Mackey to kind of tip it away and then go chase it behind the player. Still got a turnover. He'll take a rest.
Oh, he had the shot. Sims
That's a
passed
bad
it
angle,
up.
though.
Purrier staying hot, trying to. Brady rips it down in traffic.
To me, this isn't the game that you can take a shot like that and just lose all efficiency.
Yep. That's a block. Good body control by A.J. Guerrero. Sims' second personal, and that's not good news because an already thin front line is about to possibly get thinner for the Griffins. Real good body control by Guerrero, and I like Guerrero taking the ball to the basket today, not settling just for jump shots. Or
when
hanging
it goes
out by
to that, when you don't
line.
have height coming at you, he can keep the ball high away from other people.
Buchtel trails by 5 with the ball. And Ellet happy to stay in this 2-3 zone right now because Buchtel not getting a lot of clean looks out of it.
And this is where we talked about Buchtel having problems. You don't have a specific place to go on offense like Ellet does. Great block by Brady, his first.
But for Purrier, that's the right move.
That's a good
NBA
move.
3 doesn't follow his shot, and then the leak out by Bridges just into the ball game. Super sub Marquise Bridges. You can release like that when you got 6'8" and 6'9" in that 2-3 zone.
Well, and I think we haven't seen that a lot in the regular season. I think that's a good move by Coach Fisher because, yes, it is a gamble, but at this stage, that gamble can pay off big and easy points.
And the old adage is teams that, nice reverse layup by Sims, teams that run don't like to be ran on. That's one of those, old-time sayings.
The tip goes right back to Guerreri. Great move!
I thought he was going to hammer it down. He'll take the finger roll instead.
He's got 8 points in this quick quarter with 1:49 left.
Love the way Buchtel's moving the basketball. And see, that's not one pass and a shot. That's 6 passes inside-out action. Prashawn Waters hits the first 3 for the Griffins to cut it back to 4. Good block, and we're going to go back the other way. Harvey with the 360 up and in. How about that? Derek Harvey looked like he got caught up in the air, and then he just had athleticism take over. Big block down here at the other end, and Buchtel cuts it right back to 2. Guerreri with a quick 3 in the corner. That's ill-advised. Purrier with the rebound, coasting the other way. Up, no. But they're just beating the Orangemen down the floor, and that's the pace they like, especially with the size discrepancy, and we're tied up. 7-0 run for the Griffins.
You get what you paid for this ticket to get in the gates. You got a great game.
Brady on the back end. 10 first quarter points, 5
I feel like
5.
the scoring's almost too fast.
And that I can't catch up, I know. Buchtel went to a half-court trap there. The problem is they're not getting to the trap. And they're giving up 3-on-1 on the backside because they're not getting any traps out of it. I think you'd be better off just to play good half-court man-to-man defense unless they can get effective. They have forced 6 turnovers, though.
Approaching our first quarter break, going into the second quarter, we'll have our first and second team announcements here in the City
Series. That could have been a foul. That's not going to get there as he tries to shoot it but loses it. And the ball will bounce out of bounds in the end of the first quarter. It's the Ellet Orangemen 17 and the Buchtel Griffins 15.
City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools, offering a free lunch for every elementary student and a free breakfast for every student. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com. So as we look at this first and second team, obviously the big announcements, we'll do those first. Player of the Year, Derek Rucker from the Buchtel Griffins, that are right here in front of your noses of your TV screen, as well as Coach of the Year on the other side in his orange and blue. Coach Mark Fisher from Ellet are their Player and Coach of the Year, respectively. First team, Derek Rucker of Buchtel, Brayon Brady from Ellet, A.J. Guerreri from Ellet, Eric Palmer from Kenmore, and Jonathan Jones from North. On the second team, Taylon Sims from Buchtel, Jamerilyn Suggs from East, Azalea Wilmington from Firestone, Correll Allen from Firestone, and Devontae Lash from Garfield. Any comments on first and second team?
Other than the fact I'm surprised who the Player of the Year was, and so is a lot of people on social media. But Rucker's been a first teamer for 2 or 3 years. It was a close vote. Maybe the votes might have been split a little bit because 2 Ellet guys on the first team. But if I'm starting a team, I'm going to start it with the guy in the middle. But I'll take any one of those guys on the first team to start a team with, to be honest with you. And a couple underclassmen on that list got a chance to be really special in Palmer and Guerreri. The pressure bothering the Griffins a little bit. Right on that left block. Good pass by Brayon Brady. Good start to the second quarter for the Orangemen. And that's the key. Buchtel is not being effective with that trap.
turn it over as Brady gets a steal. Brady, our leading scorer in the first quarter with 10 points and 3 rebounds and a block. The end of the game, we'll have our career education player of the game. And certainly starting off with 10 points is a good way to get there. But it's an all-out effort.
You got to get a body on it, partner. I know it's hard to do, but they're trying to out-jump Brady. That's not going to work.
He's got 12 out of 21. That's not shooting, that's points.
Remember, 25 rebounds in our first telecast, too, with him.
Rucker over top of the tower, not able to hit.
One and done. Guerreri with the rebound.
I think rebounding probably going to be one of the most important stats, especially offensive. You're going to have to be efficient offensively in tonight's ball game. Getting in, getting baskets, not allowing there to be misses.
No body on Furman or Brady. Wow, I would say he was fouled, no call. O'Shea Foster just into the ball game, pulls down the rebound. Also into the ball game for the first time, number 12, Tariq Vincent. Bridges gets called for the foul. I don't know, partner. It looked to me like Brady got hammered there. I know he was off balance, but I mean, if we would have got hit like that, we would have been even able to got the ball up over our waist probably. Also, number 15, Dylan Brown, and 23, Amir Solomon. Looks like they're going to go with the second unit and try to wear down this Ellet Orangemen team. Rucker short on that one. Guerreri already with his 5th rebound. Ellet now off and running. The blow by, and that's just pure athleticism by Bridges.
Great speed by him to get on by and get a good shot.
We go the other way, and a quick foul on the other one. Fisher does not like the call. Guerreri gets his first foul, and Derek Rucker to the line as he's trying to get on the board for the first time. He doesn't get it there.
You know, I'm a stickler for rules. I'm not sure you can say everything you're saying as this announcer.
Me?
The announcer down on the floor.
You know I can't say anything.
He's talking a little too much. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Tee him up. Guerreri for 3, and he drains it.
Well, and we saw this last game that we covered them playing against Firestone. He hit 3 straight threes to send them to victory, and a good outside shot by him is basically putting candles on the cake.
Rucker kind of got caught up there, and that's a good foul by Foster. He's not happy with it, but he saved a layup because it was 2-on-1 on the backside.
And that's what I think players that are big men don't understand as they get older and more mature in the basketball game and their IQ. It's not about jumping up and swatting the ball. It's about staying tall and then taking the ball and then tipping it back.
I don't know what they were doing defensively there, but they got a break. Rucker got a piece of that. Tipped out of bounds. And it's danger time here for the Griffins.
Yeah, and this is the difference from other Buchtel teams. That second unit lacks a lot of spark. The first unit's not giving them a big enough lead. So the second unit comes in is expected to do more than I think they're capable of.
Good cut by Rucker. He can't get it to go. High up for the rebound was Mackey. Oh,
that's the right
stay
call.
With the Griffins, yep. Rucker got in there and kind of took it away. Alternate possession will stay with the Griffins. Rucker about, I didn't say 0 for 5 now, in and out on about 3 of them. Just can't get anything to go. Nice cut to the hole. Real good basketball cut by Amir Solomon. They needed that too. Brady uses the body in the spin move. Rucker gets a lot of ball, but gets him with the body. That's going to be his first foul.
Yeah, and last time down, Brady got away with a little bit. He brought that hand down trying to block it. And got away with not getting any fouls.
And I'll tell you, they're playing behind him. They're letting, and I know it's hard to get around him, but they're letting Brady have position, and then he's just sitting down with that big wide frame, and he's catching the ball. Instead of catching it 15 feet, he's catching the ball at the block all day, which is part of the reason why he's got 13 points. He misses the second one, but the long rebound goes to Mackey, who kind of throws it up for grabs. Turnover. Orangemen by 9 here.
Very quick quarter in the first quarter, 17-15. A lot of points.
Going
Great
right at him.
defense.
Yep, he's just holding it. The save, and Solomon runs it down. Oh, what a pass. Wasn't ready for it, though. Went off of Vincent's hands, and then Rucker going to get his second personal foul, and you don't want to commit it there.
A frustration foul. You could, as soon as he misses that catch, you know he's going to come back. You can see the mentality on his face. As an official myself, you know they're angry, and they're going to make a mistake. You're hoping it's a small one like that instead of a big one.
And Brady's going to get a blow here. Remember, Talon Sims now and Derek Rucker with 2 personal fouls apiece. Jared Purrier getting ready to check back in. Guerreri with a nice flash in the post. And it's just been too easy all day. I don't care who's playing the post for him. Nobody's bumping those cutters, Dave.
Yeah, 8 points. And I think there is a concern for the Griffins because the front court's so thin is to kind of let some of that stuff go.
And Guerreri had good defense there, but the hands didn't go straight up.
He got a little bit off balance with the pump fake, and then once you're out of position, it's for the offensive player to make contact, and he's going to get a foul either way.
Rucker just cannot get it going here in the first half. 1 for 3 from the line. Does not have a field goal yet. Purrier comes back in. He's going to replace O'Shea Foster. Front irons that one good. Cuts the lead back to 10.
Just under 4 minutes here in the second quarter.
Joe Williams into the ball game. There he is, right there on cue. Bridges loves going left too. That one's partially blocked out of bounds. Marquise Bridges given good minutes off the bench. Brady's going to go for Guerreri because Guerreri has those 2 personal fouls. Got to find him if you're the Griffins.
I feel like his spin move has gotten better throughout the season. Great inlet pass.
Nice, and he just doesn't get the cheap fouls that he used to get. I think, like we said, he's stronger, he's in better shape, and he's smarter because he's an experienced player.
Bit of a talk to the players.
Yeah.
Foul's going to be on Brown.
Cut out the extracurricular activity, I think.
I think just holding on a little too long after the whistle blew. Just staying connected longer than they should.
Although Brady, if I'm playing against them, I'm going to tell my guys, if you beat on them, you got to beat on the big guys because they're going to destroy you if you don't. Rucker does get the rebound off of it as Brady splits the pair. Wide open, Dylan Brown way short. Furman with the rebound. See, there's that one pass and a shot, partner. And a nice timeout by Coach Fisher as the mental clock there was about 7. He said, let's take it.
Yeah,
3:17 left in the first
also
half.
talked to Bridges about coming back to get the ball. Want to let you know City Series basketball right here in APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools. Enrollment opportunities at akronschools.com. Akron Public Schools, the smart choice.
What do you got? Anything? You want to wait? Yeah, let's wait. Let's talk about the game.
Okay.
Really booked only 4 points here in the second quarter. It's been a a struggle, to say the least. Only one field goal.
Yeah, I think offensively the Griffins, they haven't found anything that's worked yet. They've got a couple of lucky baskets. Rucker hasn't played well. You know, he has a real nice about 12-foot jump shot. Hasn't got any of those. Hasn't been able to get to the basket. Just no flow to their offense. They've hit a couple threes, but nothing consistent that gives them an identity. On the other end, Ellet being able to obviously go into Brady is a huge advantage. He's been able to not only score himself in the first quarter, but then he's kind of opened up other things for other people here in the second quarter.
One three apiece. The rest has been inside. And for Buchtel, you can say, yeah, they forced 7 turnovers, but 6 of those were in the first quarter. But they've also given up at least 7 layups as well, too. So has the defense been effective?
I don't think so.
In some places on the court. But in the half court, they're giving up way too many easy shots and second shots, too. And we knew that rebounding could and would be an issue for them.
A lot of people just arriving right now.
Yep.
7:30. Fashionably late, Peter. Actually, they just found a parking spot in about over on East
Wyoming,
Avenue.
yeah.
They parked at the baseball field parking. Walked down.
Good ball movement through the pressure. Bridges, wide open 3, can't get it to go. Brady gets the rebound, undercut.
Easy call, and we're into the bonus.
And I will say, at least they're trying to clear him out. I'll take that foul.
Well, here's the thing, and when you look at stats, you don't see a play like this. Brady changes the game because he causes 4 fouls, and now you're into the bonus, so it helps the rest of your team because now you're shooting every time you get touched.
And nothing but net on the first one for Brady.
10 in the first, and he's got 5 here in the second quarter, still with 3 minutes left.
Playing with a purpose. Biggest lead of the night for the Orangemen, up 13. And if I can get it to single digits by the half, I'm Buchtel. I'm happy with that. Nice look and a nice little floater by Derek Harvey. They made that extra pass there.
Really trying to trap on the sideline here in the half court.
Guerreri just didn't catch that clean. Harvey with the rebound. They're off and running. Easy 2 for Waters, but he blows the layup. Purrier gets the rebound. He can't get it to go. Rebound, Joe Williams. Guerreri, no place to go. He travels. And the mistake Williams made there was to get it to a big man, not in a dribbling spot. Got to find your guard.
And for Waters, one he certainly wants back. A good look at the basket, no contact, just short.
Quick foul on the other end. I think that's going to go on Brady. Cherry. Yeah, they got to get Cherry on the reach. Good call.
I actually watched his fingers while I reported just so
Good eyes.
Just so I could be a little quicker than you, Joe. And the first time Purrier scored here in the second quarter, a very nice 8-point first quarter, perfect from the line. Yeah. But now with 2 minutes left here in the second, finally gets some points for the Griffins that they desperately needed.
Down to a 9-point game.
Cherry just saw the sea open up, and he went to the promised land. Got 2 points.
Nice dive there by Cherry. We're inside 2 minutes here. Ellet stays in that zone defensively. Amir Solomon back in. Oh, I like the high-low, but Harvey could not handle the bounce pass from Rucker.
And something different we didn't see in the regular season we're seeing tonight. a lot of quality minutes here for Joe Williams at the top of that zone defense, giving Furman a bit of a longer rest period.
And Bridges going a little deeper into that bench. Guerreri with the left hand that time. Can't get it to go. Yep, and it's not on Brady. You would think. And Puryear's like, what can I do? But they called the hold. It's the right call, partner.
Like he held him. But here's the thing, Joe. I think the other referee on the other side
was going to call it.
Had the offensive player control.
But I'll tell you what Brady does, and you can watch this back if you're watching at home. I'll tell you what he does great that he didn't used to. He doesn't use his hands to push anymore. He uses that lower body. It's an easy call if he's pushing off with the arm, like I just did on you, but which doesn't really matter. Nice rebound in traffic by Rucker. I think Ellet fans, while they were mad that Brady was not picked to be player of the year, I just gave them one more reason here tonight. Good effort, and they call a jump ball. That's going to go back to the Orangemen.
You know, just looking at the stat lines here, it's like a battle of two players, Puryear and Brady, offensively.
Mm-hmm. Guerreri, they're trying to trap him, but he's just going right over top it.
A jump shot.
No backside seal off. 3 shots, and that's not going to work if you give him 3 shots. I'm out of room here in the second quarter. Nice take the other way by Krishan Waters. Again, you want to get it down to single digits if you can if you're Buchtel. I don't know if they'll get another shot, though. Rucker rips down the rebound in traffic. They go the other way. Brady with the block, and it's tipped twice. And right call. Officials conferred, that's why we waited. Guerreri might have walked there out of bounds. You have a pivot foot. He got rimmed there in traffic.
It's a tough call because he's not taking a great shot, but it kind of looked like a block.
Yep.
But it's not going to matter. Going in 37-25, you just want to have that clock keep going if you're the Orangemen.
Impressive first half by the Orangemen, and they did it with no surprises, getting the ball to their mainstay on the block.
20-10 in the second quarter. That's showing up to the championship game for the Orangemen.
And they did it inside the paint. And we'll let you know just how they did it when we come back with first half statistics and second half action here on APS 15. Welcome back here to Kenmore High School, Akron, Ohio, where we get ready for first half stats from Dave Schick.
Looking at the Griffins, their leading scorer, Jared Puryear, with 8 points and 2 rebounds. Krishan Waters with 5 points, and Derek Harvey with 4 points. Jalen Sims with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Derek Harvey with 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. On the other side, for the Ellet Orangemen, their leading scorer by far with 19 points, Brayon Brady, 19 points, 7 boards, 4 blocks, and an outstanding first half. Can he duplicate it? We'll find out. A.J. Guerreri, 8 points, 5 rebounds. And Marquez Bridges with 4 points. And Julian Furman with 2 points and 4 rebounds.
And I think the question here in the second half is identity. Where is it at for Buchtel? Right there it is on the block with their player of the year. His first field goal, 2 points, 4 overall. Cuts that lead to 10. Buchtel going to bring pressure. Same starting 5 with the exception of Derek Rucker, who does start the third quarter, but we get a foul way away from the basket. That one's going to go on Jared Puryear, his second.
Yeah, and Rucker got lucky because he was right there too. They both kind of reached. They got beat, and he broke between the two of them, and they both kind of reached in as a desperation play.
And Buchtel going to come out man-to-man defensively, it looks like. I like that. Ellet did the same thing. How long will they stay that way? We'll see, and the pressure helps. We said go half-court man. Purrier, no, they're going to call it on the floor. And the Buchtel contingent did not like that. But we've seen a lot more than that. Count the basket, but nope, they called it on the floor right away.
Continuation only exists in the NBA.
And on the playground.
That's because every time you go to the basket, you call N1, N1, N1.
I do it on jump shots sometimes.
It's only N1 when it goes in, sir.
And one went off the side of the backboard, but you fouled the heck out of me, man.
Who's the foul on?
Mackey.
Mackey. All right.
Stolen. And Mackey converts on the other end.
They're going to call that foul on me. I'm going to make them pay.
Yeah. Ellet right back to their zone. Oh, that should have been a foul. I agree, Buchtel fans. He did a nice job getting Brady up in the air. But they give him the ball, which has got to be a bailout call.
Yep.
Who was it off of?
It was off of Talon Sims.
And I think Rucker just has to take that jump shot from 10 feet. He's taking it into the traffic. Nice job.
Here's the ball back because I made a bad call. Here's 5 seconds, and you don't get the ball back anymore. Here's the thing. If you're Buchtel, I think you would have rather had the foul, get Brady get his second, than just a chance to inbound.
Buchtel just can't get out of their own way to get momentum.
That's the problem.
No big runs, you know. They'll get 2 or 4, but no big runs for them. That's a wasted timeout, Coach Fisher.
I think he already said it when he was in the backcourt, and he was at about 8 seconds.
He should have pocketed it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to show it. He said it. And no. I said Timon.
The worst is when you have teams call five. They have plays called 5 out, and you're like, run 5 out, and you're like, is that timeout or 5? City Series basketball right here at 8PS15, supported by Akron Public Schools, offering the Universal Breakfast Program to ensure a free breakfast for every student. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com.
Orangemen by a dozen here. They look for win number 17 on the year. And another quick 5. Good pressure by the Griffins off the timeout.
Somebody needs a $5 footlong.
I don't know what that means, but I'm game. Where did those go?
Needs to slow down. Take 5. Eat your footlong.
There, he didn't take it in the trap, or he went and got his own rebound. Can't get it to go. Now, partner, this is where I would like to see a rule, because I see it all the time where the knees knock and you got to call a foul or a travel. How about an incidental, or the old force-out rule in the NBA where they end up having to call a foul? How about no foul on that, just a force-out or incidental tripping, and you give the ball back to the offense? I'd like to see that rule in play. Because it's either a bailout call, somebody trips over your foot, and half the time you get called for a foul, and it's not your fault.
Well, the hard thing is, Joe, is the IQ of the basketball players out there, you're using that trip as an advantage.
Oh, I'd trip all the time.
That's why it's a foul.
And
Joe.
I'm not saying my IQ is high. Basketball IQ is not bad. Higher than the ability, that's for sure. Lob pass into Sims. He gets caught in the air. Good patience by the Griffins. Miller Bird for 3. I like the inside-out look.
I didn't know what they were going to do on the baseline, but they turned it into something.
Now this is where they need another score. You can see the roof over here wants to come off for Buchtel. These fans want something to get out of their seats about. Nice save by Sims.
Sims might be the guy to do it. Can you imagine
Hit it.
if Rucker hit a dunk right now, it would go crazy. While we got the timeout, something else is crazy. The All-Academic City Series team right here in the Akron Public Schools.
Crazy smart.
Crazy smart like a fox. From the Akron Buchtel Griffins, Miller Bird and Kryshawn Waters, both juniors. From the Ellet Orangemen, Jacob Kahn and Joe Williams, a junior and a sophomore. From the Firestone Falcons, DeToris Allen, Corell Allen, Stan Dembrowski, Kylan Richburg, and Elzra Wilmington.
And we know who wasn't on the academic team. These guys.
Kenmore Cardinals, Stephon Mosley and Andrew Stovall, the senior and junior. And from North, Javon Banks and Samuel George, the freshman and the junior. It threw me off because the two last names of Allen. I don't know why.
Yes, both Firestone Falcons.
Yeah.
DeVoris is the guy who lit it up at Ellet that shoots like Sean Marion.
I kind of, and then the two L's in Corell, I got all confused. I kind of flipped. Dyslexia. I had Allen and Allen. I was like, how can I have Allen as a last name and a first name? Anyway.
All you need is a Smith, and then you got a law firm there.
Great play coming out of the
timeout.
timeout.
Off the set, and you're right. Coach Stephen White draws it up, and they cut it to 6, closest they've been in over a quarter. Buchtel creating more pressure now. Guerreri goes to the rack, the other end. He can't get it to go. But another second shot, Maurice Mackey this time. Second chance points have been huge for the Griffins.
Nice job by Guerreri to take it to the basket.
Rebound Brady on the other end.
When you're tall, it's just a huge advantage in the game of basketball.
It's going to be a block on Foster. He tried. You know, he got a little bit turned maybe.
He leaned with his shoulders, I think.
Maybe anticipating the contact.
No, trying to get contact. In my opinion.
I think it's a skill, man. It is an absolute skill to be able to take a charge.
The thing that people don't understand is if you stand there with your hands up, it's a big detriment to the shooter because they have to go around you. They know what you're trying to do.
Well, we got free candy bars if we took them in
high
school. Let me just tell you.
The Anderson Varejao of high school. I would have had about a handful of
candy
bars.
You take them in pickup games, don't you?
Yeah.
Taylor Sims rips down the rebound. And a charge is a charge. Another ill-advised pass for the Griffins.
Frustration by Rucker, too.
Again, they just can't get a run going.
Bridges with a nice little spurt.
Back to an 11-point game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can have no flash photography. Please, man, no flash photography.
That's really not something the PA is supposed to say, I think.
Really? No flash photography?
It's distracting, Joe. But you can film with your iPad now. Thank goodness.
I remember when you weren't allowed to take video.
I remember when video was recorded
Brady
on VHS.
running it like a point forward. He's got 21, his first 2 of the second half.
Yep.
And right now the Griffins look, partner, like a team that's like, we have no answer. We cut it to 6, we look, it's 13 again. We have no answer for this Ellet Orangemen team. And if you're the Orangemen, it's put away time.
That it is. I think you're right. They got within 6. That was the spurt they gave, and then they gave it all right back. Just not able to complete it. And the reason why is the same mistakes, turning the ball over.
Well, I think Ellet is going to be a tough matchup for anybody in the tournament, too, because of their length. They play that zone, but because of their length, they don't give you a lot of good shooting angles. And it's tough to go inside, outside on them because inside they will swarm you with height and their guards. While they're not small outside, they're either quick, but you got a Carlton Cherry out there who plays a lot bigger than his frame because of his strength.
Well, I think outside of a hot shooting three-point team, which could take out any team in a tournament style, it's going to be tough to beat. You can't really beat them inside. They don't make a ton of mistakes offensively. They usually pretty well not turning the ball over, trying to be efficient, getting good shots, and they can get after you so many different ways.
We've seen teams try to go right at him, and Brady avoids the foul trouble. We've seen teams try to stay away.
He's only got one foul, and we're in the third.
Good cutoff by A.J. Guerreri. Good defense. And that's a part of his game that we've said needs to improve, and it has as he's growing up on the court. Home run the other way. Foster gets him on the elbow. O'Shea Foster getting a lot of minutes here. Third foul on O'Shea.
We're from up here, and from our angle, it didn't look like a lot of contact either. Maybe from behind, he was closer. I mean, you saw him shorthand it.
Yeah, he either really short-armed that ball or he got hit right on the elbow, which you know will
It does tend to
affect your shot.
Joe Pacansky, all academic team.
Now that you mention it. I'm not going to say no. Let's just, I don't want to date myself, but you know what my NHS number was for the student faculty game?
What?
90210. Yep.
I thought you were going to go with 4.0.
Nah, it wasn't that high, trust me. Guerreri with the rebound. Ellet by 14, their biggest lead right now. Lazy pass, Talon Sims the other way, and he flushes it with two hands.
Just under 3 minutes here in the third. He's going to get a foul right there. That was easy.
Yeah.
And now
a little extracurricular. You know what? He did. I don't have a problem with Sims on that because he got a little, after the whistle, got a little of this in the back. You saw it. You probably didn't see it. You're an official. You always see the second guy.
I had it happen last night. Two guys tussled. I only saw the second hold. He held me first. Great. Just like your mom said, I didn't see the reaction.
Yeah, just like at home. Don't you have a brother?
Wow. That is good defense right there.
Foul?
Yeah.
Timeout. Called by the player.
Yeah, smart. Want to let you know City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public School Career Education Department, where students can choose from 30 different career education programs. For more information, apscareers.com. And instead of choosing 30 different career education programs, we're going to choose one career education player of the game at the end, at the conclusion of tonight's game.
Could be the easiest job you've ever had if things go as they are right now.
You mean outside of this one?
There's only one player right now that you could possibly give it to.
Well, I can't.
Or are you gonna snub him?
He already got snubbed once. Look at this sheet. Who's player of the year? Someone didn't watch any basketball here in the City Series. No offense to those that did.
I don't know. Rucker is a double-double machine also, though.
It was to offend you, actually.
Yeah. You're good at that. 12-point lead for the Orangemen.
Why do people do that? He didn't do it. Ooh!
He's 30 feet away from the basket.
He didn't score.
If he went in and went over somebody and threw it down or a finger rolled.
Yeah. But people do it just because you make like a good crossover or something. But if you're losing by 10,
I can do
who
it on
cares?
Here, yeah. No, if you cross over and then shoot the ball off the side of the backboard.
The best.
It's like, ooh, ah.
And I know where it comes from, the N1 videos and that whole
I
series.
I refuse to watch that. Brady with the easy rebound, up and good.
Well, what I'm saying is it comes from there. But even when you watch that, you know, they they're dribbling back and forth, and the guy falls down, and then they don't even score. Why are you cheering? Because he fell down? I don't care how many times I fall down. I want to win. If I win by 10, I'll fall on my butt 6, 7 times. And then when I walk off the floor and I win by 10, I'm going to feel pretty good about
it. He just pointed at the scoreboard. Bridges blow by. He leaves it short. He gets his own rebound. Guerreri with a sec. Again, 2 and 3 chances. Winning the 50-50 balls. Guerreri is in double figures with 10. Up to a 16-point game. And they seemingly score after every time Buchtel turns it over. Talon Sims, another good reverse layup. He's got 8.
And I hate to say it, but Buchtel kind of looks tired.
Yep.
Maybe it was the day off yesterday.
Cherry for 3, he got it! Carlton Cherry, and Ellet fans can smell it now.
And the fist pump by Coach Fisher.
Dominating performance here by the Orangemen. 3-pointer off the mark, Guerreri with another board.
They had 20 points in the second quarter. They have 70 seconds to get over 20 in this quarter.
3 for Guerreri. Third time out of the third quarter, and that just tells you where you're at right now for the Buchtel Griffins.
Was that a whistle or was it a tea kettle? Because they're on fire. They're burning this place up.
A little more extracurricular activity. I think we might have a tea here.
I don't know what he did. What did he do? I was too excited about my tea kettle reference.
I don't know, but Coach Fisher will not stand for that.
I don't know what he did. Now I can't comment on it. Joe, keep your eyes on the floor, buddy.
It was in the pile. I saw him bump Dylan Brown, but I don't know. I mean, they were face to face. I don't know what he said. Well, the third quarter slowed down, Peter.
City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools, offering open enrollment, which allows Akron students to transfer to other Akron schools for specialized studies. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com. Also, City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public School Career Education Department. Career education programs are supported by industry-based standards identified by 30 different business advisory groups. For more information about that, visit apscareers.com. When it slows down, it's time to read spots.
Yep, while Dave was reading, Jared Purrier continues his perfect night from the line, 6 for 6. He's in double figures with 10. Buchtel basketball, but they trail by 18 here at this point.
So you're saying he has a perfect score from the stripe?
Sure. Rucker with a good ball fake, and that's going to be
what?
They're going to get Brady for bodying him up there.
All right. Disagree.
Got to get a foul on him sometime.
It was kind of a bad head fake, I thought, but all right. Maybe I was looking at the head fake more than the body.
Buchtel's never looked comfortable in this zone defense. They'll get a good look, and then they've been pretty patient today. They haven't been chucking up a lot of quick shots, but
I think Sims in this quarter is just trying to do too much.
See, Rucker created the contact there. That might have been a foul, but he creates the contact. Touchdown to Bridges, and he is bumped, no whistle. Purrier the other way. They're going to get tight with it here in the fourth quarter. Purrier to the rack, can't get it to go. Rebound Sims. That's going to be a foul on Brady again, I think. That's the kind of frenetic pace I think Coach White has wanted, but hasn't been able to get his squad or the tempo of the game, just hasn't been able to get it to where they want it to. In and out with the first one.
You got to make it, bud. 4 points in the quarter. And in my opinion, has pressed himself a little bit in this quarter, trying to to get things going. Really got excited when they got within 6. And then feel like other people have missed assignments
Carlton Cherry with the rebound.
to let them back up, like this situation right now.
Nice cut by Cherry. Wow.
See, you wanted when there's a trip, incidental contact, ball the other team.
Maybe not there. Good height by Harvey, but off the mark wide right. And after 3 quarters, Ellet continues their dominance here tonight if they've stretched the lead out to 16, 57-41.
Yeah, and a 17-point first, 20-point second, 20-point third. A very nice performance by the Ellet Orangemen. City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public School Career Education, or Adult Vocational Services, have been providing career training to adult learners for over 55 years. Over 350,000 people have enrolled in customized programs designed to meet the ever-changing needs of Akron area business, industry, and government. For more information, visit apscareers.com. Also, City Series basketball right here on APS 15, supported by Akron Public Schools, offering the International Baccalaureate program at Firestone High School. It's a rigorous 2-year program designed to meet the highest academic standards for any high school student in the world. Akron Public Schools at akronschools.com.
As you mentioned, partner, a dominating performance, really a consistent performance by the Orangemen. I think they've had a game plan, and it's a pretty simple one. Not only go inside to their big guy and their big play guy, but also to have their additional players crashing the boards. I mean, Guerreri's got 8 boards. Furman's been going to the boards. Carlton Cherry's a great rebounding guard. When they haven't shot it well, and they've shot it decent tonight, but they've been just going to the boards hard, getting second and third shots. They've turned the ball over, but they haven't let the turnovers kill them. And for Buchtel, they just haven't had that big run. Every time they seemingly get close, Ellet puts that foot down and just extends the lead to double digits once again.
Well, I think there's no doubt that the offense runs through Brady.
I love the activity of Sims inside.
Could be Guerreri's third.
Couldn't get it to go, but he does draw the foul.
No.
You definitely want to run your offense inside out, because there are nights when.
All right, I had that as his third.
I got him as having 3 too.
Did he make the first?
No. Sims now 0 for 3 from the line. Short arms that one. Buchtel going to bring more full court pressure. Bridges, who is playing more and more throughout the year. Waters banged that wrist.
He's kind of tripped on his own feet.
Yeah, well, I've been there. Kind of a quick shot by Cherry.
Be Mackey's second.
And Coach Fisher did not like that shot. Too quick. Good strength on the take to the hole. Dylan Brown, his first 2.
Come in the fourth. Expected to produce. That's a Coach White aspect.
Right off of Bridges' hands there. Good hustle by Dylan Brown. And Buchtel, they used to have these turnovers and they would score 8 or 10 off them. They just haven't got that tonight. A lot has to do with the ability of the Orangemen, too. They're a good basketball team. Brady sends that one out of bounds.
He's got 5 blocks. Now, here's the thing, Joe. He's only got 9 rebounds here in the second half, or here in the game. He had 7 in the first half. So he hasn't really had as good a second half performance as he did in the first. First was outstanding.
It's been more balanced in the second half. And
Other people have helped out, filled in the gap.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't beaten him on his own, but he's gotten them the cushion that they needed for everyone else to be comfortable. Now, why is that a jump?
Because they're saying he had his hands on it. The block came up, but he didn't release the ball.
Okay.
If you release it, it's a block. But because it's still in your hands when you get back down to the ground,
he released it,
then it's a jump.
Guerreri might have walked, but no call.
That's going to be a charge.
Yes.
Because of the elbow.
I like Dylan Brown's effort, man. He's hit the floor about 3 times here in the fourth quarter. And Furman, I'm guilty of it too, Furman. Just take the 8-foot jump shot there.
Well, and you've seen it. One of the best players to watch that demonstration is Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He'll come flying down the court and then stop at the foul line and hit a jump shot. And there's nothing you can do. You're trying to take away the layup, but he shoots so well from that little floater or three-throw area.
Dylan Brown one more time. Russell Westbrook is the epitome of what they call catch-up speed for defensive backs. He has it and then some. 5th gear. Mackey with the 3, but Guerreri with the huge board. And that's been the difference for Guerreri today, getting himself to the boards. He's got 15. Sims from 15 can't get it to go. Guerreri's got a double-double. Another rebound for him. He throws it away, though. Sims, good feet. Purrier almost gets his arm ripped off. He'll go to the line.
And I think if you're Buchtel at this point, you have to go to the basket every possession.
Almost out of control with reckless abandon here.
Yes. You need the clock to stop. You need them to make adjustments to their defense, which is getting players off the floor.
Now, that's not to say you can't kick it out for the 3, but you got to go hard to the hole. Purrier misses his first foul shot. I didn't jinx him either. Brady rips down the rebound in traffic.
He's got a double-double now.
One more.
It's
Open
not a
shot.
great shot till it goes in.
Yeah, then it's fine.
You're wide open. Oh, great trap. Just didn't get there in time.
Rucker just can't get it to go today. He's had some looks, but just never kind of got it going. That's kind of the story of the night for the Griffins.
And that's why he did win Player of the Year, is plays like that. But
he has great vision.
Hasn't helped him out tonight.
He's made a lot of good passes. Some of them just haven't been handled. Guerreri to the hole. He does a great job of avoiding the contact, gets the bump and one. A.J. Guerreri showing you why he's a first-teamer as well.
And it's going to be interesting in the next 2 years to see where he is his senior year, how he's progressed.
Oh, I was going to say after that, I can tell you where he's going to be. Here, I'll write it down.
Because we're on TV and you can't actually see that, D1 is where it's at. I didn't want to make some sort of funny play.
6'9" and plays outside.
Donuts times 10, but I don't think that's what it was.
Remember Brady as a sophomore and how much better he gotten? Nice take by Derek Ruckers, back to a 15-point game. Another turnover. Nice pass, but good pause by Brady to knock it out of bounds. Ellet's turned it over 14 times. I don't think it's going to hurt him today, but come tourney time, they get into that tournament, they're going to have to take better care of the basketball. Ellet, the 5 seed in the Canton-Copley Super District, Division I. 5 out of 32 teams. Purrier can't get the runner to go. Gets his own rebound. Sims thought about it again, then backed off. Buchtel, the 3 seed in the Canton Division II sectional district tournament. I'm sorry, the 3 seed behind undefeated St. V's and Coventry. They'll get a home game. Amir Solomon back in for the Griffins.
Was a foul on Sims?
Just turnover, I think.
Oh.
Or was it on Bird?
I thought
There's a foul
that
on
was on
Solomon.
Bird.
That was easy. I got that one, no problem.
If you had to referee from up here, would that be easier or harder?
Easier.
Think so? It's harder
Some
to
things,
see.
not the hand stuff.
Yeah.
Like for instant replay for high school, they should just come right to us. We could tell them. Going this way.
Be totally unbiased.
And if we didn't know, we'd be like, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was checking my phone. Guerreri open. He lets it fly. Can't get it to go. See, Furman, or that was Joe Williams. He just got better defensive position there. Didn't get the ball, but it's off of the Griffins. 3:44 left. Brady with the easy cut. He can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. Oh, he does get that one to squeak in.
It's like playing your big brother in the driveway.
If it was my big brother, I'd have fouled him hard there. Especially if I thought he was going to dunk. Sims over the top. Rucker over the top. Maybe over the back, but.
Now entering the game for Buchtel, number 5, sophomore Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown in for the first time. 6, 7. Passed it right to Purrier inside. Can't get it, but he gets his own rebound. Foul on the floor. Purrier will gladly go back to the line where he's 7 for 8. He's got 11 points overall.
There's a big angry mob below us, Joe. They are not happy with the outcome of tonight's ball game.
I've seen a few of these.
Joe Williams says 2 fouls. I'll give him 1.
Split the difference. There you go. Purrier hits the first one, in and out on the second one. Rebound, Breon Brady. Buchtel looking to trap at every opportunity. They do trail by 16. Brady, there's the hammer. Exclamation point. I think I saw his eyes get real big before he took off.
He knew as soon as he caught it, he was going up for a dunk.
In the corner, can't get it. Rucker.
That might be the first dunk we've seen him do all season.
Great offensive rebounder, Rucker, and he's willed his way into double figures tonight. I think Buchtel's got 1 timeout left. That last dunk is going to bring some folks to head for the exit, though.
27 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks.
You want to crown him?
He's already been crowned. When you dot the I, you can put that dunk highlight on there.
We talked about our City Series player of the game, and this is in our last regular season telecast here. We talked about really a good team with Ellet, too. Very good role players, but it all starts with Breon Brady, and A.J. Guerreri's kind of his second in command, especially when you look for scoring. Those two gentlemen, but and we have talked about Derek Rucker. Even though he has not had his best ball game, he still puts up numbers even when he's struggling. Eric Palmer in the great rebounder, the fine year he's had at Kenmore. Jonathan Jones in the 34-point effort that he put out in our one telecast was pretty awesome. Guy that can play inside and outside. Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of
He's a
points in
first
garbage
teamer.
time.
Elliott going to pull it out here. work on their 5-man open. Cutter up, Brady, go ahead.
And he gives the fist bump of victory. The Ellet Orangemen are going to have it here, up 18.
Dylan Brown with the stop and pop. I don't think he's hit the rim in the fourth quarter. He's got 7 fourth-quarter points. That's another thing that's underrated is Brady's passing ability, because when they press, they throw the ball to him as much, if not more than anybody with pressure, and he just goes over top of the pressure. Amir Solomon with the foul. That's going to send Marquise Bridges to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus.
So as you mentioned, the Ellet Orangemen, the last time they were in this situation, 1995.
Yes.
A lot of people here were a lot different in 1995. Ellet came in as a regular season champ.
They were led by point guard Brian Roberts on that team, one of my good college buddies.
And were able to pull off the win. So 20 years.
Short on the second for Bridges.
That is literally the only time in the listed time here that, 1993 they made it, they made it as regular season champs, but not as the winner of the championship.
Purrier from 22 drains it. Boy, he's had a nice ball game. 15 for Jared Purrier, his best game of the year in our coverage. He'll get the foul out away from the basket. It's going to send Bridges back to the line.
And I think we're going to have a curtain call coming here. Or not.
Be nice to get the seniors out, give them an ovation from their fans here.
Mackey's got 3 rebounds, all offensive. And Buchtel comes in as really a dominant team here in the City Series. And making it, you could say, probably out of every 4 years, making it into the championship game 3 out of 4. Very rarely losing.
6th block.
Same 20-year period that Ellet's made 1 appearance in their last win. Buchtel has been the City Series championship.
At the line
13 out of 20 times they've won it.
Wow.
for the Griffins.
And certainly this is a 13-7 year is a down year by Buchtel Griffins standards, but they're still a 3 seed in the district. Have played a tough non-conference schedule. Even when we've seen them struggle, they still have managed a couple times. We've seen them struggle and just gut out wins this year. Ellet with just too much talent to do that against, though. But they're going to look to try to turn it around and do some damage in the second season. Rucker drills both free throws. He's got a dozen.
And even years that Buchtel has played really well and they've looked ahead good teams. The combination of Brady and Guerreri together is maybe one of the best 1-2 combinations we've seen on a City Series team in probably about 20 years.
Yeah, we've seen a much more guard-laden City Series the last few years. This year, our first and second teams really dominated by interior players or bigs that can go in and out like Guerreri.
Yeah, instead of
Rucker
kind of dribbling to create the offense, is catching the ball, getting the offense started from a lower position.
Rucker explodes to the hole, can't get it to go. Rebound, Joe Williams. They pull it out. Inside 30 seconds. Ellet, all they got to do here is run it out. They're going to foul Guerreri.
That foul was on Buchtel's number 14. Taylor
Get the big fella out. Give him an ovation.
Team's 10
And they're going to. They're going to clear him.
is number 44 for the Orangemen, A.J. Guerreri.
Guerreri to shoot 2. Drills the first. And let's hear Ellet give it up for a couple of their seniors here.
Now entering the game for the Orangemen, number 32, senior Robert Nelson.
And there's the ovation you were talking about.
There it is. That was a little delayed. I was ready for it.
Sophomore Jared Jones. Number 20, junior Jacob
A.J. Guerreri with a nice night. 18 points, 10 rebounds. 19. Now, those kind of numbers are player of the game type numbers. Fortunately for him, the guy who's going to get it's on his team, so he's going to be just as happy.
It all counts on wins.
Sullivan with the teardrop, can't get it to go. Jacob caught into the game. Robert Nelson going to dribble it out. Passes to Jarrett Jones into the game. Chris Griffin. And the Orangemen are champions. Once again, after a 20-year drought, they got the regular season and postseason championship, defeating the Buchtel Griffins for the 3rd time, winning going away by a score of 73-59.
Looking at your stat leaders for the Buchtel Griffins, Derek Rucker named player of the year in the City Series, but I think he'd like this game back. Finished with 12 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, but just not enough. Jared Purrier, 18 points, 4 rebounds. Talon Sims, 8 points, 9 rebounds. On the other end for the victors, congratulations to your Ellet Orangemen on their City Series championship. Marquise Bridges with 9 points and a rebound. Carlton Cherry with 5 points, 4 rebounds. Julian Edelman with 2 points and 4 rebounds. Maurice Mackey, 9 points, 3 rebounds. A.J. Guerreri, 19 points, 10 rebounds. And undoubtedly the career education player of the game, and in my opinion, the player of the year here in the City Series. Didn't get the respect due, but he certainly made his case and made his point in the championship game. Brayon Brady, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks. Just an outstanding stat line that he's been able to produce week after week after week after week. And the development that he's been able to do, we've seen him grow here, but he's matured, and all that hard work is paying off right now as he gets to come out here, get his medal, and cut down the nets.
Yep, I think body control for him too. I mean, just kind of as we're passing out the runner-up and championship medals here, but for Brayon Brady, just control of his body and getting stronger, getting smarter, but not getting those cheap fouls, and get himself into good scoring positions and playing with good team that gets him the ball in scoring position. This Ellet Orangemen team with a chance to maybe do something here now, tournament time. 5th seed in that Super District, potential monster 2nd round matchup against the Lake Blue Streaks, one of the better teams in Stark County. They come in as a 6th seed, but the nice thing about that is that will be in Ellet if Ellet wins their 1st round matchup against Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah, and you saw it here with their crowd, which has been outstanding. Ellet gym a little smaller, and I think the crowd's going to definitely play more of an effect in that game.
We saw
just because of the proximity of they are to the court.
We saw them use that last year in a 1st round big win against McKinley last year on their way to where they eventually lost to the Jackson Polar Bears, who ended up winning the district. But congratulations to both these teams, but especially to the Ellet Orangemen who win it tonight. Both teams now will go on to play tourney action, and in Canton for the Griffins. in the Canton district, but they'll start the first 2 rounds at home for the Orangemen. We want to thank everybody who made this championship night possible, for Ryan Dumont and for David Schick and Peter George, who brought up all the pictures. I'm Joe Pakanski. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.